So you'll notice that I didn't do a video yesterday. There's a reason for that. I know a lot of times on Sundays I don't do a video, but the reason why yesterday is because I was in my easy chair upstairs sleeping from about 3 something to about 6 something, and not to be woken. I crashed hard, and there's a reason, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today, just very briefly. Being preachers, we're expected to practice as well as preach, and so yesterday I was busy doing that along with my wife. She had an idea, and I've been talking about one of the things I've talked about is how, remember the good old days when we used to show up unannounced. So we spent a good portion of yesterday and today showing up unannounced, and to everyone in our congregation. He's like, why are you doing that? You should not be doing that. And we took precautions in terms of, we know the people in our church who have, what they call underlying causes, and we just left flowers on the doorstep. That's what we've been doing for 2 days, is delivering Easter lilies to the ladies in our congregation. Just thought we'd do a nice gesture. And so some people we were delivering and leaving, some rang the bell, said hi, and leave it. And that's kind of what I had on my spreadsheet, was to do that. And so I divided everybody up in the congregation into 2 days, about 15, 16 people a day, and just say, hey, we'll just drive around, and this, should take about 3 hours. I plotted it all out, shortest distance between each one, and we'll just do these in order. And it should take 3 hours between, today and then 3 hours tomorrow. And this is one of those things where you say, if I would have known then what I know now, I probably wouldn't have done it. It actually ended up taking about 12 hours, between a little less than 12 hours between yesterday and today. And if I would have known then what I know now, I probably wouldn't have done that. That's about the same time as it takes me to start from my driveway and drive out to New York State. Probably wouldn't have done that. Well, if I would have known then what I know now, then I might have missed possibly the most valuable, meaningful 2 days of the entire time that I've been here in Waukesha as a minister. These have been meaningful days for me, just to see people, just to surprise them at home. And if you want to message me about that, you can do that, and I will respond on Facebook or something like that. But there's a reason why we did that. And but what I want to talk about is the value of spontaneity. This was my wife's idea, so you can blame her. No, it was my wife's idea, and it has been incredibly valuable to see people. And I would have missed a great opportunity had I thought about it first. Some things it's good to think about first. Some things it's good to be spontaneous in. And that is a part of our Christianity. Some things you need to count the cost before you do it. This is not one of those. We just we thought about it, and let's go do it. We bought the flowers, and well, they're sitting there now, so you got to go deliver them. And an additional thing, and then this is going to be a little bit of a shorter one, to some of the things that have happened. One, I exhausted myself completely. I did not know that sitting in a car for 6 hours was that exhausting. I know on a long trip, but on just little short hops here and there, but it was exhausting. But it was well worth it. And another thing you don't know that you're doing when you're being spontaneous is exactly what that does to other people. Now, I don't know what other people thought of it. I know they were appreciative of it for the most part, and as far as I could tell, and thought it was a nice gesture and all that. You never know how it impacts somebody. Today, And we've gotten texts and stuff from people who we didn't see on our trips. But today we barely got back, maybe an hour or so. About 2 hours ago we got back, and we're sitting there, and the dog starts barking. And what's the dog barking for? Basically what everybody else has been going through for the last 2 days. Whenever we show up, why is the dog barking? And here's a member of our congregation pulls up into the driveway and has a little Easter basket of goodies for the kids. These are simple gestures. They're small things, but on a grander scale, when we don't plan ahead sometimes, when we just let spontaneity take over and do gestures for people without having to know what's going to happen or how much it's going to require. I mean, I'm sitting here on these trips, and I like my 3-hour time frame. I was very much attached to my plan. And so as more and more, as we get along into this and people want to just chit-chat a little bit, not a lot, but the more they want to do that, I'm getting behind. And this is where we're going from 3 hours to 6 hours. The more that happens, the more I'm wanting to go. Just saying, you know what? If they're comfortable and they don't feel threatened in any way, then I'm fine. And so we did that. And finally I was just, you know what? Release your need for the schedule and just be spontaneous and just let it be what it is. And so in doing that, as I say, I've enjoyed tremendously the last 2 days. I'm exhausted. Even right now, I wanted to go to sleep, but I just wanted to share with you the value that I've learned in harnessing my and getting under control my need to plan everything, and just letting things be spontaneous every once in a while. So we'll see you tomorrow for church and Monday for a Devo.